emoji.
Okay. Well, oh, very cool, homie.
Oh,
Well,
you see that?
yes, we're live.
Oh, you could write emojis.
Yes, you can put emojis in Discord. Yes. So, hello everybody. Welcome to the Dark Discussion Podcast. My name is Isaac. I'm here with my wonderful cousin. I'm here with my wonderful cousin William today. Say hello, homie.
Oh,
All right, just say hello.
what was that? What? I just said hello there.
Okay, I think that. All right. We're gonna
This is not
just-
going well.
just quick attention.
It's fine.
We're talking on Discord. Things are going to be a little choppy at times. There are times where it's going to be better than others. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about because we're very opinionated people, and a lot of stuff has happened in the last,
A lot of shit.
yeah, we really do. And a lot of things have happened in just the last 5 days. So, yeah, I wanted to have him on here today. Again, apologies for any hiccups that happen in the mix, but hopefully this will go as good as it can. Is there anything you want to say just in the beginning?
Me?
No, the other person here. Yes, you.
No. I'm
Okay. Well, just quickly before we get into the first topic, my album came out today on Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes, so you can stream that everywhere. Pretty much, it's going to be coming out in more places, so you can keep up with that on my Instagram. 12 full songs and 2 interludes, 2 features, bunch of producers. So go show that some love. There should be a link in the description if I did this correctly. We have a lot of topics to talk about, so I think we should jump into this before we waste a lot of time. Are you ready, sir?
Speaking of albums.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
KSI dropped.
I don't know how.
Generation.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't
What,
think of
you
that.
said it? Today. Yeah, this morning.
Yeah, it came out at like midnight, and I heard it at like midnight, I think. Well, actually, no. I listened to it yesterday evening because someone who bought it early leaked it on YouTube. So, so I got it. It's probably deleted now. Yeah.
I didn't think it was better than New Age, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it certainly was not better than New Age, in my humble opinion. In my opinion, there isn't a single bad song on New Age. But yeah. So, did you get a chance to listen to the whole thing?
I listened to. Like 7 of this.
Okay, so I assume you listened to the 7 first songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
I mean, I didn't dislike any of them except for I think Domain.
Really?
He hyped that up way.
Yeah, I can see that. I do plan to post a review on Instagram of it because I decided to write a review of it as listening to it because that's usually just what I do. Yeah. So, do you want to just go over the first 7 songs then and talk about what we think of them?
Yeah.
All right. So
I like the first one a lot.
Yeah, the intro is called "What You Been On."
I think it's one of his better songs.
I didn't like something I really didn't like about it was the bass, because something I said on my Instagram story was, how do you make a bass so strong that it sounds bad? And that's something I think it was too aggressive.
I like the beat a lot.
I think the beat is good. I don't like the really strong bass in it, but yeah, just some of my notes were that his first verse was good. He had a really good flow at the beginning of it, and the overall song structure was really good. I just don't really like the auto-tune of it. I mean, I don't know.
A lot of these have like a Travis Scott vibe.
Yeah, and that's yeah,
it's trying new shit. I mean, I don't dislike it, but
I'm not against trying new things, obviously. Like, how are you going to find your best style? How are you going to do your best work unless you try things out?
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, and like the chorus of just the what you been on, what you been on, what you been on.
I love the chorus.
Yeah, I didn't like the chorus.
Like the verses a lot.
Yeah, his first verse was good. His second verse was fine. I didn't really have much to say, but it was fine. He had a pretty good flow. I ended up giving it a 6.5 out of 10 because,
Really,
yeah, I didn't think it could
really
reach.
I liked it.
I didn't. I don't know. I mean, there's good things to say about it, of course, but for me, the production of it made it hard to listen to.
I liked Cap a lot.
Yeah, Cap. Okay, I'm gonna just say this now. People say I'm a harsh critic. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna deny it. But when I feel a certain way about something, I'm just gonna admit it. Like Igor, I was just honest. Roddy Rich, I was just honest. Like, yeah, I ended up writing an article about it, Roddy Rich's album, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I re-listened to it to write the article. I honestly should have ranked some songs even lower, but
What?
this isn't about Roddy Rich. I just didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
So Cap.
I liked Cap. I liked it. I think that's one of his better songs too.
For me, just for me, I didn't really like it. But because he put on, I guess I'll go through everything I had to say. My pros were, though, that his verse 1 was pretty solid. His first verse was pretty damn good. The performance from Offset was solid. He also picked up the flow a bit in verse 2. But the chorus, which obviously in a song, the chorus comes up more than anything. The chorus comes up more than anything. It's terrible. It's really bad. He has a filter on his voice and repeats the same thing over and over again.
So we don't care, that shit, right?
Hang on. I'm going to look up exactly what the lyrics were because I remember taking note of something that just blew my mind how stupid it was. So I have to, I just have to reread it, make sure I'm getting this right. Remember, he said something that made me think, what are you talking about? That's why I can't be no friends with no cap. What does that mean? Am I just bad at internet culture? Like, I'm actually just asking. I don't know what that means. That's why I can't be no friends. I think he's saying
that's why I can't.
I guess he's saying that's why I can't be friends with people that lie. That's why I can't be no friends with no cap. Yeah. Wait,
I mean,
yeah, okay. All right. Sorry, that was okay. I'm basically an old man in a 14-year-old's body, everybody, but that's okay. But yeah, I hated the production and chorus again, and
the chorus could be better, but I didn't hate it. Yeah. Honestly, I think this album was pretty good, just overhyped from him, at least.
I'm excited for the deluxe album. I am really excited for the deluxe album. Because in the deluxe album,
not bad, but
the deluxe album, there's going to be the Pop-In remix with Crypt, and there's going to be a song with SX and Randolph. That's what I want.
Have you heard the Liam song?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to talk about that real quick?
To be honest, I didn't know Simon could do that. That was really good.
Yeah, he did a good job on that. I actually think I know him and Randolph are going to make more songs. I'm excited to see that. I am.
I liked his first verse was so good.
Yeah, when he picked up the pace, he was very solid, actually. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Mini Minter isn't like a phenomenal rapper, but he can put together some good things. And I think if he wants to do it and have fun with it, I think it'll actually turn out pretty good. So I just realized
I really liked it.
I changed the thumbnail to have Bob in it. So I'm going to adjust the camera real quick to make sure Bob is in the camera.
Bob in it.
Yes. What?
I think Poppin' is like one of Lil Pump's best songs. I'm gonna be honest.
I think it is his best song. I think it's his best song. Like,
he actually raps. It doesn't just.
Yeah, his verse is solid. It's still playful and ridiculous like he always is, but it's a solid verse. Like, I enjoy it.
I don't know who the fuck Smoke Perp is, though.
You've never heard of Smoke Perp?
I'm listening.
I haven't heard much of his solo music, but I've known about him for a long time. But
I think Poppin's pretty good too.
yeah, I like Poppin. I end up giving a 7.
Houdini
I gave Poppin a 7 out of
is
10.
actually
Houdini, for me, it's just not my style of music. Like that's just me. That's
it's like UK.
yeah. It's like and
I don't dislike it.
I don't dislike it still, but it's not like one of my favorites. I don't love it. Like I wouldn't add it to my playlist. It's not in the Dark Discussion approved playlist that you should follow. Yeah, it's just not my style.
Bad Little Vibe is the next one.
Bad Little Vibe, I hate a lot. I think it's the worst one. No, it's one of the 2 worst ones, in my opinion.
It's so different from what he does.
Yeah, I think who's the feature? Is it Jeremiah?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it. Anyway, yeah, they did pretty good on the pre-chorus and chorus. They did decent, but like, there's bad production. Again, there's so little substance and bad lyrics to it that I'm
gonna look at the lyrics.
Like, again, I said this in my last podcast. People have a problem with me deducting points for lyrics. But I mean, you can review things however you want, but these are my reviews, fam. If you have bad lyrics, that deducts the song's credibility, in my opinion. If you can make a song sound great, but say nothing, that's still an issue to me. And that's just my preference, my opinion. Like,
if I'm like listening to a song, I'm not like fucking, I don't really care about the lyrics.
Yeah, I get that. I do get that. But for me, I think there's a lot of times where that's not the case, I will admit. But like, if you make a song, like this has happened to me before, where I listen to a song, I like it, I learn the lyrics, and then I don't like it anymore because I can't not pay attention to the stupidity when I hear it. That's just me. I know, but
Ice Gang has some lyrics.
Oh, Ice Gang has solid lyrics. I was actually
know what that is. Look it up, please.
Yes.
Pause this and go to YouTube. Look it up. Honestly.
Yes, tune in. Lil NNA, Ice Gang. Tune in after that. But yeah, I was actually just thinking of that like yesterday, the day before, for some reason, because I was thinking of, I tell her, bitch, I'm the freezer. Yeah, I was thinking of that. Yeah, but then the song after Battle of Vibe is my other most hated song, How It Feel.
I don't hate it either. But I feel like they all sound kind of the same.
Yeah, and that's kind of annoying to me. But yeah, and I think that's something that made me like the album less, was that the only songs that don't sound the same are the singles released prior.
Yeah, like Wake Up Call, something like that.
I don't like Wake Up Call, but I can respect the wanting to do something different.
I just didn't like KSI.
Yeah, Trippy's chorus was awesome. I loved it. But yeah, like once again, some people don't care about lyrics. But if I didn't know that KSI said, I jump hurdles like kangaroos, I would have hated it less. If I didn't know that he was saying something so stupid, it would be more tolerable. But it's my issues. But yeah,
I think the one he did, the one with like Toby.
Oh yeah, the Wake Up Call remix was way better, actually.
I like the remix way more.
Yeah. If he did that kind of verse on the original, like 2 verses in that style, that would have been a great song, bro.
Yeah.
That would have been such a good song. It breaks my heart how good of a song that would have been. But yeah.
So good too.
Whose? What?
Such a good hook. Luck Hilla.
Who the hell are you talking about?
Another song.
Oh, Killa Killa. Sorry. Okay.
I don't like it.
Oh no, it's not good. But it's one of my favorites from the album, though. Because I didn't like the album.
I mean, it's not that good. Domain.
I
don't like the beat. I just hate the fucking beat so much.
My favorite from the album is Undefeated. I think it's better than all the singles, actually. Undefeated is my favorite. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what could have saved this album, in my opinion. Like, obviously, people like it, and I have no problem with people liking things. Like, I need to say that all the time because sometimes I'm not very popular, but sometimes I get serious backlash for a bad review. You can like whatever you like, but for me, this album was a letdown. Like,
I don't mind it, honestly. Like, some of the songs I could listen to.
Yeah, and like, of course, I don't have a problem. Of course, I don't have a problem with that.
I would rate the whole album like a 6 or 7.
The average.
Down Like That is obviously really good.
Yeah, Down Like That is my best.
Most of the best songs were singles, which really suck.
My songs rated 7 out of 10 or higher are Poppin', Killa Killa, Undefeated, Down Like That, and Millions. Undefeated being a 7.5 because I really like Undefeated. It was a really good song in my opinion. But yeah, the average the average ended up being 5.75 out of 10, and I decided to give it a final of 5 out of 10. I couldn't give it higher than that because, you know, the hype was a letdown. The repetitive styles was a letdown.
He's trying something new, so
yeah.
Next album probably.
Yeah, I think all the additions on the deluxe album will be better. I have hope. Yeah, I have hope because I really like Randolph. I really like SX. I really like Crypt. Crypt nailed his Poppin' verse. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I like Crypt a lot.
Yeah, Crypt is one of the most underrated rappers in my opinion. But after the deluxe album comes out, his career will be popping a lot more.
I mean,
I think it will, at least. I can't confirm that, but I think so.
Excited to hear the deluxe.
Yeah, I am too. I wish YouTube beefs didn't mean so much to people, especially KSI.
Yeah.
Like, a topic I originally had for this episode that I decided to scrap was the beef between KSI and Dax, because it's old news, so I wasn't going to make a big thing out of it. But I will briefly mention it here because of what we're talking about now. The only reason KSI hates Dax is because he dissed him after he dissed him. There's no reason for them to have a feud. There's literally no reason. Like, Dax is very, very overconfident. I will never deny that. But KSI says all the time that Dax doesn't know how to make songs. And that just tells me that he didn't listen to his EP. Because I reviewed that thing. That was an amazing project. Like, so much.
Dax is good.
Yeah, Dax is a very talented artist. When it comes to lyrics, rapping, singing, fast and slow flows, punchlines, he can do it. And I will never understand why KSI hates Dax as much as he does. Like, KSI was...
Dax is a fucking cunt.
What'd you say?
Dax is just a cunt.
But how?
He's good at music.
Why is he... Okay, you're saying this now. What makes him a cunt?
He fucking talks shit about a rapper. Who the fuck was it?
Tory Lane?
He meets them in person. He acts like a little fucking bitch. No?
Okay, but...
I can't...
What?
DJ, I'll fucking... If you give me a fucking flight, if you pay for the flight, give me a 5-star hotel. He's like, do it, and then he just fucking doesn't say anything back.
I don't think that's enough to be a bad person over. Like, someone runs up on you out of nowhere late at night. You have no idea what's going on. He says, say sorry. And you don't know what happens if you say no. I would not know what to do in that situation.
Like, don't talk shit and then get bitched that hard.
Well, in my opinion, that's what KSI does. When he talks shit about literally everybody on the internet, and then at the end of the day, just keeps doing it. Like, yeah. Like, he will never accept the loss to Quadeca. I will never forget. Like, I think he's actually matured in the last 2 years because I will never forget his initial reaction to Insecure. He didn't say a single good thing about it. Like, Insecure is in my opinion, it's top 5 best YouTube diss tracks.
I think it's one of the best diss tracks ever.
Yeah. I mean,
at least on YouTube.
Yeah, like obviously in the mainstream you have stuff like Eminem's beefs and stuff like that. But like Kodak is so talented,
It's
man.
so good.
Kodak is so talented. And he made that at, I think he was 18 at the time. He may have been 17 though. Like he's been like
18.
Yeah, I don't know, but like he was
Okay.
like when like I just can't like honestly Kodeka is now like when I was first starting music not so much, but now Kodeka is one of my biggest inspirations because like he started at pretty much the same age as me, and like he is a great producer, he's a great writer, he's a great rapper, he can sing. Like I'm like most his album Voice Memos, which I love to death, he produced most of it. And like yeah, Kodak is awesome, man. But yeah, my problem with KSI and like my main problem with KSI is just the way he handles beefs.
And he's a very big ego.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I do agree with that, obviously, 100%. But the thing is, I have to understand it because if I was in his position, I can't say I would have a small ego.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, it's unreal.
Like this album wasn't like great, but what did it get? Like 10 mil views in 12 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it was streaming so fast. There was a point where 50,000 people were listening to it at once, and that was like as soon as it came out. And that's just on Spotify. Like he's like I like I'm like despite what I'm saying now, I don't dislike KSI at all. I like the guy.
I love him, dude.
Yeah, he's great. And yeah, he's mad talented. Like he is very, very talented. And I still think he's a talented artist. I still think he has potential. Like, and I say that about most people. Like, I didn't like Igor, but Tyler the Creator is a very talented person. Roddy Ricch, I don't know. I shouldn't have said that, but
come on.
He hasn't released a project besides that album, so I can't really give an opinion. But
releases a lot of singles though.
Man, I mean, after that, I haven't really listened to anything after that point except for his features. So that's besides the point. If I want to explore more of his music, I will. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, what KSI is doing right now is so respectable. It's insane. In general, though, because like he killed he killed the YouTube scene, and then he went to boxing, and he did great. And now that he's taking music now that he's taking music seriously, his album's obviously going to reach number 1. I don't know why he's unsure of it. Like, Crypt got a number 3 album. Quideka got a number 2, and that's only because Juice WRLD's album came out at the same time. He's obviously going to get a number 1. Like, he's obviously going to get number 1. And
the new album on the same day as KSI.
What'd you say?
I know, right?
Oh yeah, Gunna just released a project as well, and so did me. Get me to the charts.
Number 1, guys. Except no, because I want to see bald KSI.
Yeah, I honestly don't want that, but he did make the promise.
So fucking funny, dude. Love that.
I would not like it.
Reddit would be so good.
We haven't talked about this. I need to know. What's your opinion on his hair?
It's fucking shit.
Oh, really?
Fucking shit. It looks like fucking hot Cheetos. The fucking on his hairline, it's like fucking growing out like shit colored. Fucking weird gray, fucking brown shit. It's so fucking bad. And he says it's so good. It's so fucking bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's so fucking bad.
It's so better than when it was just brown.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
But yeah, I mean,
I like the one he had during the fight.
The first fight?
The 2 fights. I like the one he had during the Joe Ella fight and the Logan Paul fight.
Yeah, not the first one, not the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. When he just has it black and still like dreaded out at the top, Yeah, it's yeah, I can't argue with that. And obviously, man has a big forehead, far back hairline, but
Yes.
he looks. I think he looks really good with the bandana on. And
Yeah.
now that he's
That do-rag.
now
Better with the do-rag.
you think he looks good with the do-rag?
Better than the fucking shitty ass red fucking
Okay,
Cheeto hair.
yes, the hair not amazing, but
It's so bad. It makes
in his
Yeah.
album art he looks
he's like,
really
"Oh,
good.
my hair is sick, mate. My hair." Shut the bad.
In his
Bad.
on the album art it looks good. When he first died, I think it was fine, but it actually washed away pretty fast.
It's like fucking. It's like bad red. Oh,
It's very bright. It's very bright. He should have. Yeah, I guess he should have gotten. I think darker color would have been good. I can't.
and how it's like growing out, like half by the end of quarantine, half of it's gonna be like fucking brown. Oh, it's so dumb. I really want him to shave it off. It looks so
I mean,
funny.
if he does commit to the promise he made, he is going to. Because again, there's no way he's not going to get number one.
Yeah, that'll be so fucking funny, dude. His Reddit's gonna be so good.
I mean, I just don't want to have to see him like that.
Yeah, true. Like at the same time,
It'll be funny. It will be funny.
it'd be so fucking funny. to believe.
Yeah. I've considered making
What?
posts to the Reddit page, but I mean, I told you about this, and I haven't talked about it publicly, but I might as well. I wrote a Rice Gum diss track, and I never made it into an actual song. If I do, I'm definitely gonna just make a post on his Reddit. It probably won't. It's once again, there's like 500,000 people in it. I don't expect it to go anywhere, but I would because I'm not like the thing is, I'm not a brilliant rapper. Like I'm not going to deny that. I think I've improved. I think I've improved over time. I think I have hits. I think I have misses. But this diss track is a really good diss track, and yeah, I just would need to record it.
It's
And
just on SoundCloud.
I'll probably put it on YouTube and SoundCloud. I don't know if I'll put it on mainstream. I might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the response is on those, and then I'll consider it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I didn't plan to make it this long, but like it's a really goddamn good diss track. So I would love to. Like if I imagine if KSI reacted to that, he'd either say your shit or he'd be freaking out. Since I'm dissing Rice Gum, he'd probably freak out because. Yeah, I mean, Rice is. Oh man, I wasn't even gonna talk about Rice Gum. But he's just such an asshole. I hate him so much. I hate him so much.
Music is so bad.
His music's so bad.
Oh, it's not even that he's like a shit rapper or the beats are bad. The lyrics are pretty fucking shit. His voice is just fucking awful.
His lyrics in his two most recent songs are shit. His old lyrics are amazing because he didn't write them. Like it's his biggest song is It's Every Night Sis, and the lyrics in that are so phenomenal. It makes me sad that I can't do that. Like there are literally bars where every single syllable rhymes with another syllable. Like it's phenomenal writing. But yeah, he's a terrible rapper. Like the way he actually raps, like his pronunciation and the way he performs his flows and his actual voice, obviously. He's terrible.
Anyone else saying his songs, it would be so much better.
Oh man, yeah, that would be awesome. Which is why his ghostwriter makes songs. Well, actually, he hasn't in like 2-3 years, but yeah, Disc God, his songs are so good. Like, he's great. He's great. I don't know if you've taken the time to listen to them. I don't blame you if you haven't, because he hasn't done anything in like 3 years. But yeah, his lyrics are so phenomenal. Oh man.
How far are we into this recording?
30 minutes.
30?
Yep. It's been half hour.
Oh,
we're only on the first topic. Do you want to move on then? Because yeah.
Like the Keem
yeah, when we first planned to do this podcast, I didn't have this as a topic whatsoever. But it just happened.
It just happened.
It just happened. And it's big. Like it's really big. Keemstar versus H3H3.
Keemstar's losing a lot of subs right now.
Is he? I haven't looked at Social Blade. hang on. Yeah, let's. You know what? Just for the live, let's just see how many subs Drama Alert's losing right now on Social Blade. Well, actually, it's still gonna be hard to determine because why did YouTube remove how many you
shit.
can see? It's so annoying.
It's a lot of red.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
he's lost 70K.
70K in like 4 days.
That's
Holy shit.
crazy. I didn't think of that bad.
Bad.
I didn't think he was doing that bad. What? What'd you say?
I'm gonna look up a H3H.
Yeah, that's also something I would like to see. I doubt he's gained a lot of subs or lost a lot of subs, but
Gained. He didn't lose any. Fuck.
yeah, he's doing fine.
20K.
Because you have not seen his video, correct?
Oh, I haven't. I saw Keemstar though.
Yeah.
Got a lot of fucking hate. Holy shit.
Yeah, because I mean the thing is like there's a lot in H3's video, and as much as they're things that were already known, he really put them into perspective and got some more resources and stuff. Like it's crazy. And before we talk about everything, I just want to make it clear. I have no bias in this situation because I'm fine with both of them. Like
Yeah.
I'm
both. I mean, Keem does shitty things.
They've
but
like yeah. I mean, I don't think H3 has done that many bad things, but he certainly has. Like they've both done good and bad. I like both of their content, to be totally fair. Like, I mean, Drama Alert isn't like amazing content, but like I like to keep up with these things, and I think the show is well put together for the most part. And H3H3, I listen to podcasts every now and then, and most of his commentary videos are solid. As they are as people.
I've only seen one.
Yeah, I used to hate Keemstar, but everybody did. Everybody did back in the day. But now, as people, I'm fine with both of them. Like, but I mean, now it's hard to say, obviously. So I'm waiting for Keemstar's video to come out. But as of now, I don't really know what he could even say, except for the fact that it's in the past. But some of the things that I'm going to talk about happened just 1 year ago. So.
Hey, tell everyone what the fuck is happening, because I didn't see.
Yeah,
the video.
We're gonna start.
All I know is the Etika thing.
Okay, we're gonna start going through these things. Okay, all right. So, by the way, H3's name is Ethan, so I'll be referring to him as that for the most part. Ethan, he brings up the time that Keemstar reported on Drama Alert that this man was a pedophile. His name was Tony, and he was a Twitch streamer, but he was not the pedophile. He was not guilty of anything. And when he reported that, everybody started harassing this guy. And to this day, he gets harassed. This first happened in January of 2016. And 1.5 years later, Keemstar replied to a tweet by Tony saying that he was tired of being blamed for his harassment and he needs to shut the fuck up. And like, he is entirely to blame. Like, you can't.
He could fucking ruin people's life.
Yeah, that is why. That is the main reason that most YouTubers don't like Keemstar, is because of the power he has as a news channel. Yeah, that's why most people tend to not like him, because once again, he's a news channel, but on YouTube. So a lot of things get twisted. A lot of things just come out false. And this was a really big deal. This guy, I think he was 62 at the time. And
oh shit.
Yeah, he would, all of the Drama Alert audience of the time thought he was a pedophile, and he gets it to this day. And like, it's hard to remove something like that. Yeah, I mean, he's doing okay now. Actually, he made a video after H3's video, because H3's fans went and supported him, and he really appreciated that. And I think that's a really nice thing that happened. And he still does Twitch streams. Like, he still has his audience, and it has been a few years, so I think he's doing okay. But like, imagine the situation that he was put in. He plays a game called RuneScape.
Oh damn.
Yeah, at 65 years old. Yeah, and I've only seen a few clips of him, but he seems like a cool guy. But yeah, he was wrongly convicted of being a pedophile by Keemstar. So
fuck.
Yeah, that's obviously a really big deal. Again, he will mention that this happened a long time ago. But like,
I mean, that's not a good fucking excuse.
no, yeah,
Still,
if he was a
dumb.
teenager, that's different. But 4 years ago, he was 34.
Something.
He was like
Who's he
33,
now?
34. I think he's 37. Keemstar is currently 38. So yeah, when this happened, he would have been 33, turning 34. Like,
That's like very grown man.
yeah, that's no excuse. So
Did he
like,
not say anything? Did he not like put a statement on Twitter
this
saying, "Don't fucking harass this dude"? I fucking.
no, yeah,
was wrong."
he removed the video as fast as he could. He made an apology, and
Okay, I mean,
that's always a plus. But like,
he still fucking.
he still did it. And do you know why this happened? This actually happened. There was a pedophile caught. That was a Twitch streamer, and Keemstar said that it was Tony when it wasn't, because they had similar looking faces. That's all it is.
Oh,
He saw a picture of the guy and they looked similar, so he reported that was him. That's why this problem
yeah, that's
is hard to take back, because like, Drama Alert has lost a lot of credibility over the years, but also gained a lot. So for me, like even myself, I won't lie, like when something's reported on Drama Alert, like I do take that as like news to an extent. Like people actually go there to hear news from the community. And that's why like the fact that this happened is really problematic.
because so many fucking people will just believe him.
Yeah, so many people will. Everybody did, for that matter, because there wasn't a reason not to, because he was a very small creator, and then he got it wrong. And like, that's, I don't know. It's like, how do you forgive that? Like, it's just hard to forgive that. I mean, like, again, like a lot of YouTubers are criticized every single day because there's a lot of scummy creators on YouTube. But I think there's a major difference that there are 20-year-olds that have been doing this for years. So like they made mistakes when they were 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Keemstar is 38. Like,
he's in his 30s.
he has a child.
He's like what? How old's? Like what?
How old's
19 or something?
who? Yo. Did you cut out? I can't hear you.
Hello?
Hey.
Is lagging.
Okay, sorry. Hang on. What did you say though? Last thing you said?
So how old is his kid? Is he like?
Oh, yeah.
19
He
or
has
how
a
old is he?
10-year-old daughter, I think. Maybe 11.
And who the fuck is? Wait.
I don't know. Maybe.
Dude, nude. That guy.
Oh, I have no idea. I think they're just friends. Or I think he just is like an occasional guest. Or no, like an occasional fill-in when Keemstar's busy.
Why the fuck did I think?
You thought that was a kid? You thought that was his kid?
Yeah.
Oh. Nah. But yeah, he does have a 10, maybe 11-year-old daughter. And that's honestly what makes me kind of worry more, because of one of the stories that I'm going to talk about. Should we? I think we should jump to the next one though, because yeah. This only happened 1 year ago, so you might remember this. I don't know. Keemstar interviewed and confronted a YouTuber called Just Destiny, and he made like clickbait using pictures of like underage girls. And Keemstar did an interview with him where he sort of made him out to seem like a pedophile, and that's where he sort of went wrong. Where he was like Just Destiny, I don't support what he did whatsoever. He made a big mistake, but he was like, he was made out to be like a really creepy guy. And that made Keemstar lose subscribers. And this is where this gets worse, because after Keemstar started losing subscribers, he leaked Just Destiny's personal information, being his full name and phone number and address.
Yes.
This is not the first time he has done that. Like, you can't do that. Like, you just can't. Like, Keemstar's talked about swatting a lot. And he has been swatted before. And it's a very serious thing. And never ever should any creator on any platform release someone else's address and personal information like that. This isn't as bad as the second one. So I'm going to skip over that because in this one, it was mid 2016. I don't remember. I couldn't even seem to find out what exactly the reasoning behind this all was. But at the end of the day, nothing could make this okay. Like, it just couldn't. Keemstar leaked a YouTuber named Smile for YouTube. Great name. but no.
Oh, I think I heard about that guy.
Yeah, he leaked his phone number, Skype name, his wife's phone number, and his address. And his house ended up getting swatted, and that guy had children.
Holy fuck. Just cuz?
Because Keemstar leaked his phone number. So that means someone in the audience made a 911 call and reported this guy for no reason. And the SWAT team had to come to his house because you have to respond to a call. That's how obviously it works. And he had kids. He was a father. He's a father and husband. And like, man,
I did Keemstar leak his shit.
Yeah, I still haven't been able to figure that out. It's really bothering me. Keemstar did say, though, in his response to the swatting, that Smile for YouTube has leaked his address before. I don't know if that's true. It could be true. It very well could be true. And in that case, if that is true, obviously Smile for YouTube should be punished for that as well. He should have to face consequences as well. But I don't believe that, you did this to me, therefore I can do it to you is justifiable.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, like, it's like children. Like Keemstar's, he has his moments where he's just a big child. Like, it's a game of tag, but with very serious legal issues. And this is where, we got more. Keemstar has a very bad habit of bringing up mental health. And for me, obviously, I have a hot take of this because just the things he says really get under my skin because, like, I do talk about my mental health publicly pretty often, but I don't do that as like a pity me thing. I try to like support people. I try my best to do so. And like, I'm at a point where I'm comfortable talking about it. So I'm just getting out of the way because I don't want people to make it seem like I'm asking for pity. But like, I have had my fair share of mental health issues in the past. I'm currently on prescriptions. Like, I'm in a really good state right now, actually. I'm doing better than I ever have. But like, I know what it's like to go through these things. So that's why some of the things Keem has said, it's pretty damn problematic. Only
the Edica thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things. But we got more. A YouTuber that's called Basherverse, I believe it's pronounced, was going through a very manic episode and ended up tweeting about how he was suicidal. And when Keemstar reported this, he made fun of him. And on Twitter, he said, these are real quotes, "We don't believe in mental health in this household. And also, drug companies invent all these illnesses so they can sell drugs to morons." That tweet was only 1 year ago.
Say that?
That tweet was 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
1 year ago. Like, that's like obviously,
I've heard of that. That's
yeah, all of this is just so bad. And like, I think the second one is just 10 times more laughable, obviously, because drug companies invent all these illnesses. What do you mean? His statement before that was something about how everybody gets depressed, everybody gets anxious. Depression isn't just depression and sadness are not the same thing. They're not.
If you fucking cry because your fucking dad left you, you're not fucking depressed.
I mean, if that happened, you'll probably get depressed, if I'm being totally real. But like, yeah, like depression.
Okay, if you cry because your mom didn't get you the fucking iPhone 11,
you're not
fucking sad.
Yeah, like if you, like, yeah, like something like that. Like if you don't get something you want and you are upset about it, you're not in a state of depression. Like, that's just not how it is. That's just not what it is. So like, yeah, it's just, I'm currently on medication, and to anybody that is struggling, I can tell you that is something to look into. If it is not working out, talk to your doctor about it again. But I'm on 2 kinds of medication, and I can tell you they've done wonders for me. So, also, Mr. New York Keemstar, we live in Canada, so this is we get it for free. Well, depending on your job, you can get it for free with your insurance. Therefore, how much money are they gaining from the actual victims? Like, not much. Like, they're getting, like, they get the insurance money, obviously, because that's how that works. But like, it's still the person that has to go through with getting the medic. I just can't believe he said that. I just can't believe he said something so stupid. So yeah, he got, I can't imagine how much hate he got for that. But something I actually didn't write down was something that was even worse, which was Basherverse. He was talking about Basherverse, and this just, like, again, I can't not say that this doesn't show Keemstar tends to care about himself most of the time. He said that Basherverse will probably kill himself, so that way Keemstar will get the hate. He said that regarding himself. So, like,
shit.
you think about the consequences you'll have of someone you hated on if they kill themselves.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. And the thing is, though, the problem with me is, I don't know if this is a problem or a good thing, actually. I tend to be overly forgiving with things. So, like, because a lot of the time I like to think people can change. Like, I like to think that. But some of these things are recent, and I just don't know where they're going to go.
I can't see how I would not be in the wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what he can say. I mean, the next thing I want to talk about is the Etika situation, which is there's two parts to this. One of them I blame Keemstar heavily for, but obviously Etika's actual suicide, I can't blame him for. I can't blame anybody for that. Yeah, that day was really messed up. The day Etika was pronounced dead. We don't have an exact date of when he actually died, but he went missing for, I think, a week or 2 weeks even, and he was found dead. Yeah, like, I didn't know anything about him, but I didn't at all. But just some, obviously he's a young creator. He was a young creator, loved by a lot of people, and when that gets taken away, it's sad regardless. But yeah, Keemstar to this day has been blamed for that, because of the interview with him. And there's two sides to this interview. Once again, where I think he's in the wrong, but he's also not in the wrong. Like, the way he said, "Why live? Why not jump off a cliff?" You know that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The context of that, I can't blame him for the death. Still, I can't. Like, I can understand that. I can understand the problem with that, but I still feel like he was just, like, I don't think, like, I think the context of it is okay. Like, I don't blame Keemstar for Etika's passing whatsoever. But regarding Etika, he really messed up. I mean, again, this is my opinion, but I don't know how you could have a different opinion. Well, first of all, he leaked the mental hospital that Etika was staying in. When he was first brought into the mental hospital, he leaked exactly which hospital it was. Why? Like, he just tweeted that he was at this place. Why? The last thing he needs is attention. And that's why I have to blame him, because only a few days after Etika was discharged from the mental hospital, less than a few days, I believe, Keemstar reached out to him for an interview. And I mean, the thing is, Etika's mom has stated to Keemstar that Etika wanted his his presence to be memorable. But, like, if you really pay attention to what's going on in that interview, and the fact that he was just discharged from the mental hospital after clearly being in a manic episode publicly, he was clearly in a very, very dangerously unhealthy state of mind.
Like, don't fucking encourage anything.
Yeah, like, I don't think Keemstar should have reached out for the interview. I don't think he should have went about the interview the way he did. Like, I mean, again, it's one of those things where it's like, do you blame him for that situation or not? I don't know. Like, I can't blame him for the death, obviously, but it was, I think, irresponsible
I don't think he helped.
I think it was irresponsible. Like, it's, man, this story, like, I understand why the story comes up, but it's sad that it has to come up because, Etika passed away. I think he was 28, 29. Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck. Like, and again, I don't blame Keemstar for it. I don't blame anybody. I don't think anybody can be
Keemstar
blamed.
was probably in a position to help, though.
Yeah,
They
that's
didn't.
why this situation does have to come up because,
It's like a big fucking deal, too.
yeah,
He could have helped it, and he didn't.
yeah, that's the issue, 100%. Yeah, I mean, the thing, but at the end of the day is I don't know what he could have done, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know, well, no, I do
Good.
know he could have not done the interview because
Yeah.
he just came back from a mental hospital. He didn't need attention. He didn't need a platform to speak his mind because his mind was totally fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it's really like, then, like, if you listen to everything he said and the way he said it, he was clearly still in the manic state. And of course he was. And that's just, yeah, it sucks that everything had to happen the way it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only want to talk about one more thing about this because it's one of the more talked about things regarding it, which is throughout the video, Ethan talks about G Fuel, Keemstar's sponsor, and
Yeah.
that has been, I think he's gotten the most backlash for that more than anything because G Fuel is not Keemstar. So he's gotten some backlash for that, and I can understand that. And that's also why I'm not 100% sure where I stand by that point.
Wait, what do you even say?
He just said, like, I think 3 or 4 times when he was talking about something that Keemstar did, he said, and don't forget, this is also sponsored by G Fuel. And people had a problem with that because, like, he was going after the sponsor, like, not Keemstar, the sponsor.
That doesn't really mean anything, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at the end of the day, the thing is, I'm not ready, like, right now, in this position, I am not ready to say Keemstar is a bad person. But
Oh, I just think he fucks up a lot.
yeah, but the point of Ethan's video was to show, quote unquote, that Keemstar is a bad person. So with the way it was, he was basically saying G Fuel shouldn't be supporting this bad content, this dangerous content. And the thing is, at the end of the day, he made a second video, and I watched that as well. He made when Keemstar said that he was going to respond, he made the H3H3 lies video. He made a video after that. And he said that his reasoning for mentioning G Fuel so much was that it was going to come up regardless. And the thing is, I totally get that because it is such a big part of Keemstar's identity. He always has the hats. He always has it on his desk. It's been a thing for like 3, 4, 5 years. It was going to come up regardless. I can't deny it. Like,
yeah, true.
Say Keemstar is canceled. Say that is the case. I don't truly believe that that'll happen because if it didn't happen yet, I don't know if it'll happen now.
He's coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. But if this is the end of Keemstar and G Fuel was never mentioned, G Fuel would still face the backlash because that's just bound to happen. Like, and I mean, what Keemstar did, I guess, was responsible by agreeing to not be sponsored by G Fuel anymore. Like, he wasn't kicked. He said he would leave. And like, I think that is responsible because he is not the company. So he would just let the company not have to deal with the hate. But like, I don't know if I have a problem with the sponsor being mentioned, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say because I do understand why the backlash happened though, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Like, I can understand it because, again, Keemstar is not G Fuel. But
I don't know what.
You don't know what?
I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna lose a shit ton of subs.
Yeah, he's been losing subs like crazy. I didn't even know that, so you mentioned it.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, the thing is with these, they're unpredictable. Like, James Charles lost 1.2. Oh my god, James Charles lost 1.2 million in one day. That's the most that's ever been lost. He is thriving. Like, he's
in total. What do you lose? Like 4 or 5 mil?
3, 4, 5, something like that. And he got it back, and he is doing better than ever. He has a show on YouTube Red. He met the CEO. He has still his palettes. He's doing amazing. So like, and the thing is, Keemstar has survived a lot. He has survived a lot. So
Coming back.
it's
So
hard to
many
say.
controversies.
Yeah. So I really don't know what the future holds. I don't know if you'll be on the next podcast. I don't know when the next podcast will be. But if Keemstar's video comes out before then, I'll talk about it, I guess, and just see what is said. Like,
We still have like 3 more things.
oh, there's
to
still
talk
things to talk about. Which, well, yeah, that's why.
about.
What'd you say?
8-hour podcast.
Did you say it's gonna be an 8-hour podcast?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long you're good to talk, but you know, okay.
Else is there to talk?
I mean, the next one I wanted to talk about was Deji. This one.
I'll just do Deji and then I have to go soon.
Okay, then you want to log off?
You can talk about Deji first if you want.
Sure.
I do fucking hate Deji.
Yeah, and this one should be short. But yes, for the people that don't know, Deji was losing subscribers or just not gaining subscribers for a long time.
Stuck at 9.7 mil for so long.
Yeah, he was stuck at
Some body to
9.7.
get to 10 mil.
No, he was stuck at 9.7 for like 8 months or something, and then he quote unquote exposed KSI, got to then he got to 9.9 and could never hit 10. He could just never hit 10. So there's just out of a sudden he started gaining tens of thousands of subscribers out of nowhere, but his views didn't increase. They just didn't. So people were suspicious, but nobody said anything. I don't know how. I'm surprised nobody said anything, actually. Like,
He did say something, but he didn't say like, "Oh, he's subbotting and shit."
yeah.
I think he tweeted about it though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just simply wouldn't have made sense. Like, if
What, like the founder of like the subbot thing?
Yeah,
or,
the owner of Freeway Social, the company's called. Not that I'm endorsing this.
He exposed him.
Yeah, this is what.
Wait, what happened?
He made a video. What happened was he made a video saying that Deji used subbots, and he did that because Deji was trying to get his money back for the bots because he was losing subscribers again, and he thought that was the bots, which is stupid. Which is stupid because he said he had coronavirus, which was stupid. He starts losing subscribers, and he blames a company. Like, that's stupid.
Then he got fucking exposed.
Yeah, so Freeway Social, they were pissed about that. So they decided to expose him. And they showed his what happened was they showed his IP address. And Deji said that wasn't his IP address. And he said that it linked to a place called Harrogate. And he said he had never heard of that place. But some people looked into it, and that IP address can also be linked to somewhere in Peterborough, which is where Deji's P.O. box is. So therefore, he might live there. Like, why wouldn't you have your P.O. box in the same city, like, or in the same area? Like, that's not looking good for him. And to make matters worse, there is a recovery email linked to the purchase of the bots, and the domain of the email was comedyshortsgamer.com. And in order to have the domain of that email, in order to have your email have that domain, you have to be linked to the website, right? Like, you have to be. So when I saw Deji's video, I was like, maybe he's guilty, maybe he's not. At that point, I didn't even really care because I wasn't sure, and it was hard to prove anything. Like, it's already really hard to prove botting. Like, nobody can ever prove it, really. So when his video came out, I was like, maybe he did it, maybe he didn't. Maybe he did it, maybe he didn't. But yeah,
He definitely fucking did it.
But yeah, he must have done it. Like, at the end,
an idiot, man. I hate him so much.
At the end of the day, his website is linked to it. So he is immediately linked to it. I have no proof, but my assumption is that the people that have the domain to the website is him and his parents. If there are more people, then maybe they're to blame. Maybe more will come out of this. I don't know. But
it just happened. All this shit basically just happened.
yeah, it did just happen. So like but the thing is, I don't know how much of this story can elaborate. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, Deji's channel is pretty goddamn dead. Like, it just is. Like, I don't feel much empathy for him anymore. But
I fucking hate him.
Yeah, like, the thing is, I think people did feel some sympathy for him because he was always sort of in his brother's shadow. But like,
oh yeah,
he's just messed up too many times. And like, again, I said this to you before we started. If
he never takes accountability for anything.
He never accepts the fact that he's wrong. If he just made a long video apologizing and then never spoke about it again, I would forgive him from there on out. But he's never going to do that. He can't do it, and he's never going to. I don't even know. Then again, I don't even know if that if I could forgive him now, because he waited a long time. Like, he waited a long time. It's so hard to forgive him.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if his channel's gonna get like deleted.
Yeah, that's something else we mentioned. I don't think it will, because
I don't think it will, but
once again, at the end of the day, it's hard to prove. And on top of that, something I said before this was T-Series botted so hard and continues to do so. And like, regardless, although Deji's views aren't the highest, he's not as big as fucking T-Series. He earns YouTube money, and that's all they've cared about for the last 3 years. So like, I don't think his channel will be deleted. I don't think much will happen to him, except for he's gonna keep getting hate. Yeah, like the coronavirus thing was stupid. When he first did the video, I was like, okay, if he's genuinely afraid, fine. But then it turns out he was hanging out with his girlfriend and stuff like that. Like, if you were worried about it, that wouldn't have happened. So either he thought he had the coronavirus and put her in harm, or he lied. Like,
both of them are just dumb fucking things.
Yeah, they're both irresponsible and stupid. And then he said he was the best YouTube boxer, which is just funny.
And then he called out his brother.
Yeah, like and like
sparred.
Yeah, and KSI said that he had potential to be really good, and I agree, 100%. Like,
almost beat Jake with like, basically nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Jake is at a point where he's pretty damn good. I mean, we haven't been able to see that much of him, but like, man, if Deji, but the thing is, not only if Deji trained, he would win, he would have won, which would have been awesome. This whole thing would also just be so much less annoying than it is now, because now we got the KSI and Jake Paul fight coming, and a lot of people.
And Gib got beat too.
Yeah, Gib got beat.
Gib is just fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know if Gib's
no
good.
Shit.
The thing is, though, here's the thing: is Jake Paul a good boxer? Because he only won.
We can't tell.
Yeah, because he won because Gib fell. Gib fucking
he was like the worst ever.
Yeah, he kept jumping up and down.
Wait, dude, I think I sent you a clip by Drumler of Jake knocking out some guy.
Yeah, I saw that. The guy was half his size.
It did not look good.
He would not. Yeah, he wasn't boxing well. First of all, like, but he was also literally half his size. Like,
I think Jake's at least 40 pounds more than him.
Probably, yeah. Like,
Jake's footwork is not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows how rushed that was? Who knows how that was put together? But like, we really can't know how good Jake is, because he beat Deji in the amateur boxing fight, but it was still a pretty good fight. And then he beat Gib.
It was a really good fight.
Yeah, I wanted Deji to win, obviously, but like
Yeah.
he just didn't train enough. It's it's just one of those things.
He half-assed it so
Yeah,
much.
but then and also Gibbs at the end of the day probably a better boxer than Jake.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know what fucked him up.
I don't know what
Why
happened.
did he fight like that?
It may have just been nerves because
Yeah.
it was his first pro fight, but at the same time, I don't know. It was his third fight still.
Didn't do anything. He literally did nothing.
Yeah, he
And now
jabbed.
Jake's gonna have the biggest fucking ego.
He jabbed a few times, but at the end of the day, he was just doing a crab dance.
Yeah. Did nothing. Literally, like he didn't do shit.
Yeah, the last topic I had that I didn't think we would get time to was boxing, so we'll just talk about this for a few more minutes before we go. But yeah, I don't want the Jake Paul.
Deji would beat.
What?
Do you think Deji would have beaten Gibb? I think Deji could beat Gibb, honestly.
I think if Gibb performed the way he did in January, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know, because Gibb at his best are like his other fights he was doing. I don't understand. His 2 fights before the Jake Paul fight, he did 10 times better. So it may have just been nerves at the end of the day. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know who would win, honestly. It's hard to say because I feel like Gibb at his best would total him. But at the same time, his performance in the Jake fight was so poor.
I don't really know where Gibb is at.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's good or if he's shit or if that was a fluke or if there's fucking 2 good fights were a fluke. I'm confusing.
Yeah. I can't say how good Gibb is. I can't say how good Deji is. I can't say how good Jake is. We just have to see, which is why I'm not against the YouTube boxing scene being more and more happening. But I don't want the KSI Jake Paul fight.
KSI said that would be his last fight too.
Yeah, he said it would. He said it probably would be. But I mean, here's the thing.
Oh, Dax calls him out or some shit.
Here's the thing. If KSI doesn't fight Jake Paul, he will become irrelevant eventually.
Jake needs it. KSI is fucking better than ever. Jake is fucking dying.
If KSI fights Jake Paul and wins, he will become irrelevant, yes. But if the smallest chance of him losing happens, regardless,
nothing happens.
Here's the thing. If nothing happens, Jake Paul's irrelevant. If KSI wins, Jake Paul gets a little bit of relevancy, but then irrelevant again. If KSI loses, Jake Paul gets the biggest boost in the world. Why just not fight him?
You don't need this fight. KSI does not need it.
The thing is, though, he wants it, and I guess I can appreciate that. I can respect that, but I just don't know if he should go through with it because
he does need to get fucking humbled, though.
Yeah, that's what he said. He wants to humble him. He wants to finish him. I don't know if it's a need. I don't know because the thing.
Jake, right?
But also something that I noticed when I was watching one of his videos was, did you see his boxing tier list?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He put Jake Paul in God tier. He put him at the highest, and he put Logan Paul one below it. But he said that Jake Paul would be easier to beat than Logan. So I just really don't get that. The thing is, he said because Logan Paul has never won, but
just because Logan Paul's bigger, but in terms of boxing, technique and shit, it might be better.
I don't know. It's hard. It's still hard to.
Logan just fucking grabs people and uppercuts them and fucking dumb shit.
He said
Logan literally just fucking cheat.
Yeah, he clinches. Yeah, is the terminology. He does it a lot. Yeah, he says it's because of his wrestling roots, and I get that. But at the same time, that just means he's still not the best boxer.
It's just not fair.
Which one? But the thing,
fucking do that.
Here's the big issue. August 25th, 2018, Logan was better than Jake, but now Jake has only had the Gibb fight, which was 30 seconds long. So it's still hard to know who's better. It's impossible to know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Is doing MMA and shit now.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck he's gonna fight though.
I mean, he still might fight the football player. What's his name? Marquez? Nope, that's a YouTuber.
Who?
What's his name? The guy he did the diss track on.
Some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it was the Going Broke diss track. Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that diss track is a great diss track. Like Logan Paul, the Going Broke diss track on Antonio Brown, good diss track, man. Just real quick, that is a good diss track. But yeah, I mean, would
Didn't
that
even listen to it, I don't think.
we listened to it together, but it has been a while, so yeah,
I just don't remember
it's his-
anything about it. Then, I guess.
yeah, it's his best song easily, but that's not saying much. But yeah, would that fight be a good fight? I don't know, because
Honestly, maybe.
I've only seen one
I mean, I
clip
don't know. I
of
don't even know who the fuck Antonio Brown. Does he
basically
look like? How fucking big is he?
basically he played for the Patriots and then got kicked off. And I've only seen one clip of him boxing, and he definitely has strength, but he's very stiff, if you know what I mean. Like he doesn't have a lot of
Yeah, I saw that.
he doesn't have a lot of movement. So like I think Logan Paul would
He's
win
actually-
100%. But would that still be a good fight? Maybe. I don't know, because there has been quite a bit of tension between the two, which I didn't expect, but it's been there. So would I like to see that? I'd watch it. I would watch it. But who knows really? Who knows? I'm so bro,
I think Logan would probably win.
I'm so happy we didn't get together to watch the Gibb fight.
Yeah.
Because we literally, I mean, obviously we love it.
So disappointed.
Yeah, obviously we love hanging out and like
for that.
yeah, we love to hang out and stuff like that. But if we got a bunch of shit together to watch that, because like we were talking about it at first.
Imagine the people who went to see it live. Bro.
Oh my god!
They
I mean,
should
I'm
get a refund. That's bullshit.
I mean, there were fights prior, so I guess that's something.
Who the fuck cares about those?
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
No one's there to see that.
Yeah, man. When we watched the KSI versus Logan fight, that was awesome, man.
That was sick.
Yeah, I wish I caught it on video. We were right here. He stayed the night. It was the night of my birthday, and when we heard that he won, I literally jumped up and beat on the door to get all of my energy out because we were pumped. We were pumped. That was an amazing night. Yeah, and his ring walk with the down like that with Rick Ross and Lil Baby. Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't hate Logan. I have respect for Logan.
I have so many mixed feelings about
I
him.
would have had so much more respect, except for the fucking 3 sneezes.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw this. I think this was in KSI's video, or maybe I just saw it. I don't remember. But yeah, it was Joe Weller vomited before their fight, and he took the loss. Logan sneezed 3 times.
I was sick. He cheated.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, the thing with Logan is though, but here's the thing. He just keeps giving me respect, no respect, respect, no respect. He just keeps doing it. Like just today, or maybe it was yesterday, he said that if he stops talking about KSI, he'll become irrelevant.
Yeah.
And he said that his relevancy has been going down on his podcast. He said that.
His podcast is dying.
Yeah, I don't know if I think Logan's career is doing fine, obviously. Like, he managed to pick up very well. Like, I got to give him props for that. But imagine calling KSI irrelevant right now. Like, I definitely think he's had maybe brighter times and lower times. But, bro, he's doing so good.
Wait, I want to see his views.
Like, he's doing better than most people on YouTube are right now because of his second channel. And his album now, like
second channel, is insane.
Yeah, like obviously not going to get
just reached 9 mil.
Yeah, and he was on 7 mil not that long ago. So like, obviously,
very much.
His views on his main channel are down. But how would that not be the case when you don't post? Like to say KSI is relevant is like saying PewDiePie has a low sub count. Like it's just
not fucking.
No, yeah. Let's look at the KSI second
channel. He's getting like
20K, 10K, 40K, 20K, 20K, 10K, 20K, 10K, 20, 20, 10, 30, 10, 20. That sub rate is insane. That's faster than Deji's loss. Like
3.7 mil views in 2 days.
He averages 120,000 subscribers a week.
That's insane.
That is so much better than most YouTubers.
I want to see Jake.
Yeah, the thing is, Jake's career is dying. Like, just leave him alone. Please don't fight him. He's. I don't.
Is he losing subs? He better be losing.
I don't think he's losing subs, but he's like nothing's really going on with him because
Right.
nobody fucking cares about him. I want him gone.
He's pretty even.
I want him gone. I want him gone.
Oh, he is fucking dying. Oh,
Yeah, like the thing is, like,
he's getting like. Okay, so he used to be getting in September 485 mil views averaged
oh
every
my
what,
god,
month. Yeah.
that's
Now in
insane.
May, it's 73 mil. He's dying.
Yeah, he used to be really on top. Like, it's actually
Yesterday,
insane. Jeez, okay, it's like really insane. He used to be pulling numbers. Like his line, 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months. Like the thing is, that's terrible. His lyrics are terrible, but like he was dominating YouTube at that point in time, and I just don't really want to see.
Don't know who the fuck would like him. Like, who the fuck just watches Jake? I don't
Yeah, I
understand.
mean the thing is, at the end of the day on YouTube, if you find something and you think, how the hell could someone watch this? It's kids.
Yeah.
It's kids. Like
What a
there,
retard.
I've seen a video of Jake Paul and Team 10 performing It's Everyday Bro. And there's a close-up of the audience.
I
It's
saw that he had a live
it's frightening.
concert.
It's frightening. There's like everybody there is 8 at least. It's scary. No one there is over 12. And that's why I made my article on him starting an OnlyFans and doing sexual content. Like,
He was literally, and did you, and he's like, yeah, you saying my subs were 13.
oh yeah, he said
Yeah,
his.
but now they're 18 and shit.
It's not true. They were 8 and now they're 8.
18?
They were 8, now they're 8. Did you read my article on him? I assume you didn't.
I didn't.
I didn't think so. Okay. Yeah, I wrote about him and what Keemstar said. I talked about how Jake Paul was starting an OnlyFans and making really 18 plus content nowadays. And Keemstar, when he was talking about it, said that it was good for Jake Paul to stop like trying to prey on children. Because YouTubers have been trying to get him to stop doing that for a long time. But he didn't listen. If he did it 3 years ago, I would have been fine. 2, even 1 year ago, I would have given him a pass because yes, he needs to stop preying on children. But he didn't listen. And now that he has 20 million child fans, he's going to make the change? That's not okay. That's what I'm not okay with. Like, do you get that, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, yes, it's not good for the Paul brothers used to really prey in on kids, and that was really bad, and it's not good for creators to do that the way a lot have. And if he made the change in the past, I would have given him a big pass, and he would be in the news a lot less for his stupidity. But he waited a long time to make the change, and now that he's making the change, he's basically making porn for kids, like straight up. Like obviously, a lot of kids, a lot of young kids, a lot of people start watching porn young. A lot of people, like when you're kids, you're like, ooh, boobs on Google, obviously. But the difference is, like porn stars and porn companies are like, yes, we make porn for 18 plus. Jake Paul lured in a bunch of kids and then started doing it. Like, I hate him so much. Oh. I don't know if there's someone I hate on YouTube more than him.
Oh. Like J Station or Jake Paul.
That's fair. That's fair. No, they're just both so. Oh man, they're both so bad. I don't know.
Talk about.
What'd you say? Are you there, bro?
We can talk about J Station one day.
Yeah, I mean, again,
so
he hasn't been doing much lately. Well, he has, but nothing like new. But I would love to recap it because the thing is, me and you talked about him a lot before he blew up, like controversially.
We know everything he's probably ever fucking done, controversial wise.
Yeah, straight up. Like, obviously, he's had
So
an audience
bad.
for a good amount of time. But like before, Drama Alert was reporting on him often, and before there were.
I was watching his fucking videos, making fucking fun of him.
Yeah, we made fun of him a lot. Like the first time I remember him being talked about by the community is his Black Santa video, and like we've been talking about him since around that time, if not before. Like we've talked about him a lot. So if
the fucking gay video, the
gay potion, yes, yeah, like we could do like a commentary video and talk about stuff like that. But I really like this format. It's a lot less to struggle with. It's like I don't know about you. Once again, there were some hiccups along the way, but I think this was a really successful podcast. And like I like this format a lot. It's a lot less
lagging.
Yeah, that's the
audio cuts out whenever you
yeah, that's the problem. But I like this format. It's simple and I'm excited to do more of these. I said I was going to do this weekly, and I made it to episode 2, so let's hope I can do it again. Well, yes, I will be going live on May 26th because I'll be on YouTube for 5 years as of May 26th. Yeah, it's unreal. Like over the last couple days, because I've been working on a couple surprises for YouTube, I've had like just meltdowns of like mixed emotions because like I'm going to be talking about it on 26th. I plan to talk about a lot that day. It's just there's so much to my YouTube career that I haven't spoken about recently, and there's just so much to it. Yeah, there's just a lot, and I'm very happy that I didn't quit and that I kept even at. What was that?
A sick commentary.
I heard sick commentary. I'm not sure if you said something after that, but
be a sick commentary channel.
Yeah, so we could definitely do that. I would definitely.
We just talk shit. Literally, when we hang out, we just basically do this, except like without the fucking cameras.
Yeah.
Talk shit about.
Yeah, that's why this podcast I knew was going to be perfect for people like us. And once again, I think it went well. But yeah, we could definitely do that.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing.
I want to have you on the podcast again. That would be sick. But I think once quarantine is over, we should definitely look into doing some more projects together. But yeah, we covered the major segments, talked about a lot of stuff. I didn't do this for the last one, but I'm thinking about cutting some things and uploading them as separate videos as like highlights because a lot of people don't like to sit through a whole podcast. So
you want to
say that again.
Especially one that we've been on for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been an hour and 22 minutes. So I don't blame people for not wanting to stay on that long. So yeah, I'll probably do a highlight of probably the KSI stuff. I'll probably just make each segment individual videos. And if you want to sit through the whole podcast, yeah, that's always there. But yeah, you think we should close this off now? I think now's a good time. Yeah, okay. So
listening, guys.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in to the Brilliant Dark Discussion podcast. We have the Dark Discussion website in the description as well as our Instagram account. And my album is now out on Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes. So let's get it to number 1. Let's beat KSI. Come on, let's beat KSI. We're gunning for him. We're gunning for. Go stream that if you want to. I love it. My favorite project to date. Yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys next time. Just want to say goodbye, homie. Bye. 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 I have AIDS.